Oh, goody.
Alright, what's up everybody? Zombies here again. And today, another kind of information focused video here. Another kind of question I've seen a lot from a bunch of different people playing Mercenaries is, hey, why can't I do this story quest? It says complete the Vanndar Stormpike bounty. However, if we go to Alterac Valley here, we can see there is no Vanndar. And we actually see there are two locked spaces here that we actually know are Vanndar Stormpike and Kazakus. So I've seen a lot of people asking, hey, how do I unlock these bounties? Like, I've beaten Ivis, I've beat all the other Alterac Valley fights, and I can't seem to get this. And this is also, been made even more apparent because now that we have Chi G here from the event, we can notice their probably best item, if we're being honest, is locked behind heroic Kazakus. Well, much like Vanndar, we can't currently fight Kazakus. So I did want to just give everyone some information and just a little bit of my thoughts about that kind of decision they made with this. So basically, how this works is there is nothing you can currently do to unlock those two bounties. As of right now, today is the 27th of February, there is no way for you to gain access to Vanndar or Kazakus here. Basically, these bounties, if I recall correctly, are going to be released or become accessible at the end of the Chi G event, which I believe ends on the 8th of March, so just over a week from the time of recording this. This is a really strange decision to me, and I think it's made even stranger by the fact that, one, we have a quest here that is telling people to go do something they can't do, and the game doesn't tell you at all why you can't do this. There's no kind of, hey, these bounties are locked until a certain date, no kind of information like that. The only place we were able to find that out is, I think it was briefly mentioned in the patch notes, but obviously not everyone reads the patch notes, right? Like, there are a lot of people who just play the game and rely on, more in-game notifications. I mean, that's why we have the mailbox here, right? And we've seen they've started to use this for more features other than, just telling you about new stuff you can buy. So it would be nice if they could have mentioned that here. And there was actually a kind of miscommunication a few days ago where the mailbox popped up and it said, hey, Ivis, Kazakus, and Vanndar are now available to fight in Alterac Valley. Well, if you saw that notification, it is not accurate. Supposedly there was just kind of an internal error there. People, who put these in-game messages in, I guess didn't get the memo about when this stuff was releasing, or maybe it was changed before release. And yeah, I mean, if I were to make a bet on it, I think they were going to split up the bounties into 3 and 3, but they couldn't do that because obviously they've released 4 new mercenaries, so they needed them all to be able to get their items, so they did 4 and 2. But this is really baffling to me that they would put Chi-Chi's best item behind a boss you can't fight, for like 2 weeks after their event. This just feels like artificial time gating. It feels like they're trying to do this to make it so you can't, just complete all the content when it comes out. You have to wait for whatever reason they deem. And I really don't like this. I think it is kind of a scummy practice. It's just the content is not any longer than it would be without this kind of time gating. It's just artificially extended so they can say, hey, you have something to do now in a week from now because you didn't do it all when the patch came out. But like, this is just prohibiting being able to use Chi-Ji to their full extent. And I mean, it makes me feel like I don't even really want to level up or mess around with Chi-Ji because this was the item I was most excited for. And so especially putting probably the best item behind this just doesn't make sense to me. I kind of was hoping they would do something different with this since the bosses were locked. Like maybe they would just put it back behind the task 7, or maybe, they could have made it part of the event. And then after the event, they could have had it so, hey, defeat heroic Kazakus if you want to get it. That would have been cool. You know, give people more reason to do the event so you can get the item as soon as possible and use it in PvE or PvP. But unfortunately, that is not the case. I did see a lot of questions about this, though, and so I just wanted to get this out there to let everyone know you cannot currently access these bounties. That will be changing on the 8th. Supposedly, they will be unlocking then, and then we can go through, complete our quests, as well as getting the equipment for Chi-Ji. I really hope this is not a trend that continues in the future. I really do not like it. If we look back at the kind of past releases, when we got, you know, more bounty content, this is the first time something like this has happened. Before, we got all 6 of our Blackrock bounties, and then even with Alterac, the first wave of Alterac Valley here, we got all 6. We got all 6 of these, and then now 4 just feels like such a weird number, and I really do think it was meant to be 3 and 3, especially going by that in-game notification, but it's just really, really strange to me that they would make a decision like this, because it really only serves to confuse people, and it doesn't like give us any more content. We're not getting, you know, more bounties, or we're not getting, you know, it's just artificial. Like, there's no value in doing this other than giving people, you know, a reason to say, hey, well, this new content is here and I did it all during the Chi-Ji event, but now I have some more to do. Well, you could have just done it during the event if they actually didn't have it locked. So I'm really not a fan of time gating stuff like this. I think time gating is kind of a scummy practice. Like, if you want to give people more of a reason to play the game, then the quality and the length of content should be what reflects that, not an artificial stopgate that says, hey, you can't do this content that's here in the game until we say you can. That just, it's another in a long list of feel-bads and confusing and kind of baffling decisions that are being made in Mercenaries that really feels like it does absolutely nothing to kind of do something positive for the player. So just wanted to cover this really quick. Seen a lot of questions about it, so hopefully anyone who is confused by that has an answer now. And I will be covering the 2 bounties when they do come out on the 8th, or I don't know if it's on the 8th or after the 8th, but when the Chi-Ji event is gone, that is when we will have them available. So hopefully this was of some use to you. If you enjoyed it, do remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.